Hello, ladies. Thanks so much for tuning in. Today, we're going to be talking about how to find your soul to soul connection by doing this one thing. And that one thing is
expressing your emotions. So, one of the things that we find really important for women to know as they're courting or as they're going through this dating process is that you can't connect with the person you're supposed to connect with if you are too guarded or too shielded, and if the man across the table is not able to hold your emotions for you or not even be given a chance to hold those emotions for you.
Yeah, and emotions are pretty scary when we're constantly running away from them, when we're constantly just going on to the next thing, moving on to the next work item, next task, next item on the checklist. Like they can be really scary when that's our go mode, right? When we're constantly on go mode.
Yeah, and it's very important to almost schedule in that time to process what you need to process, so that when you are able to express that emotion or when you're given that opportunity, it comes out in a way that's clear, and that you're not kind of rambling or putting yourself in a vulnerable position. For example, you do your morning journaling, and that's like a thing that you don't forgo.
Yeah.
And how does that help you?
Yeah, I mean, it keeps me sane.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps me stable. It keeps me feeling secure in my body. If I didn't do the things that I have been doing for a very long time, I'd probably feel pretty out of place. This is one thing I work with on. I work with many women on is this, like, you need to know what keeps you sane, what keeps you stable, what keeps you emotionally at a baseline. Otherwise, you'll just feel like constantly not in control of yourself. And when you're not feeling in control of yourself, you'll have this need to exert that to other people, to project that onto other people, especially men. It's almost like you're looking to them to heal you and to heal the emotional blockages that you hold. And so it's incredibly important to feel safe within your own body through regulating your nervous system, regulating your own emotions. If you hear some commotion, it is our cat just playing with this little bouncy ball. So just so you're aware.
Yeah. And so being able to kind of ground yourself in your own stability,
Yeah.
instead of looking for someone else to provide that for you.
Yeah.
Of course, in a marriage, you find stability in each other in different ways. That's to be expected. But when you're courting, when you're dating and getting to know people, you shouldn't expect that level of commitment from anyone.
Yeah. Or
Be-
work,
or
like labor.
or work from
Yeah.
anybody. You shouldn't be doing that for anyone, and nobody should be doing that for you either. And yeah, it's really important to be able to express it in a way that's grounded in your own processing.
Yeah, and I think it's important to mention that emotions are connecting forces, so they can connect you deeply, really, really deeply to someone else. And that is like essentially what happens when you have a best friend, right? Like a best friend is someone that, for women, it's this like title of, I can go to this person about anything. We've been through everything together, through thick and thin. This person has been my like rock, right? And that is someone that represents a version of you because you've shared so much, right? Like you've shared so much with that person. You've been honest, you've been vulnerable, you've experienced life together. And that is like a really incredible position to be in, right? With your friends, but your friend is not your partner, right? And so it's also like when we're talking about men, it's a whole different ball game as well, especially because a lot of women store trauma and have trauma in regards to men in their lives. So it comes up naturally when we're in the dating process or in a marriage.
Yeah, one of the things I wanted to ask was, how can a woman be honest with her emotions or with her feelings and express them without showing or committing too much emotional labor or putting herself in a vulnerable position where, if the man is actually not safe or going to hold that those feelings for her, she doesn't like feel completely dismissed or invalidated or hurt. How can women balance that without committing too much or putting themselves in a vulnerable spot?
Do you mean like putting too much labor in someone else, or
Like, you can kind of put your heart on a sleeve and get really hurt if you just show all your emotions or say like whatever you're feeling,
Yeah.
or be extremely or like forthcoming with your emotions. And so I feel like it needs to kind of, like we mentioned before, have a little bit of commitment that builds
yeah,
up.
yeah.
How can women find like how much to share,
Mm.
or how much they can trust this other
Mm-hmm.
person with their emotions throughout that dating process?
Yeah, I think it comes with. I use this word with a client in particular, and she uses the word baiting, and like we've been kind of like laughing about the word, but it's such a great phrase for this, because you're baiting to see if like how does he react when I share this vulnerable thing about my mom, right? What is his response when I go deep into this specific topic that has a place in my heart, or feels vulnerable but not like crash out vulnerable, like you're gonna like collapse if you talk about it. And so I think baiting in that context of like, okay, how does he receive this? Does he back away and he can't handle it and he doesn't want to talk about it? Or is he willing to go to this place with me and hold me and be there with me, be my rock with me there?
So almost testing with something that won't be too
Scary.
scary.
Yeah. And I think people do that naturally. Women do that naturally. It's a gift that we hold really well, especially in the dating process, when your mind is certain that I want to get married and I'm not playing games. I'm certain, I'm positive that this is the goal that I have for myself. So it is this like, how can I do this in a way, again, subconsciously, your body's just naturally doing this in a way that like I can hold myself, hold my own emotion, but also I can't do it alone this whole time, right? I'm not going to be able to do it alone my whole life. And so can I share this little bit, this bit and piece of it, and see how he responds, and then decide like, is it worth sharing more? Do I need to cut it off at this moment? How does he react? You know, all those things. This is also important to name, just like, I say that we do it naturally because we do, right? It's very subconscious. I'm sure men do the same thing. Human beings probably do the same thing, because in sessions with clients, if I'm meeting with someone, first 3 sessions in therapy, right? I'm still getting to know that person. They're still getting to know me. And so I notice that they're not going to share whatever is coming to mind. I actually noticed this like really funny thing with a few of my clients I've had, where they'll tell me something and they'll like squint. And they'll be like, yeah, you know, I had this experience once. And I'm like, okay, like they're definitely trying to bait me and see if I have a great poker face though. My poker face is like so good. Like with years of doing this work, I don't show like intense, heavy reaction to the point where people are like, are you like listening? I'm like, no, I'm listening. I'm processing. So it is this like, we do it naturally. It just kind of comes out. You have to be aware of it though. You have to like almost sense this, like, I'm doing this because I want to get married. That's my intention. And yeah, I'm like gonna be dating a little bit, and it's okay. Like that testing is normal. It's fine that I'm doing it. Try not to see it as like a playing games either though, right? Like you're not gonna like, you don't want to like play games with him.
Yeah. And on the flip side, like about the question I just asked about how to not be too vulnerable, but then there's the flip side of like not showing anything at all. Why is it important for a woman to show some emotion throughout the courting process?
I mean, if you plan to have children with him one day, right? Like he's going to be a father to your children, and children have lots of emotions, lots of big feelings, big emotions. You yourself, women have lots of big feelings, lots of big emotions, in pregnancy, you know, in labor, like being a mom, being overwhelmed if you're working. Like there's lots of emotions that come up. Like we have cycles, and definitely watch our previous video on a woman's cycle and how it impacts dating, marriage, relationships, because that gives a lot of context as well. Like we have a lot to offer, and I don't want to point it out in this way of like it's like a burden. It's not a burden. There's a lot to offer in our nervous systems, in our bodies, and so that I even forgot the question, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
there's a lot of value in our emotions, and there's something to be said about that.
Yeah, I was thinking as you were talking, like, what would you say to a woman who is like afraid of scaring men away with her
That was my
emotions?
question for you.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
is what advice would you give to a woman that believes that her emotions are too much or that her depth makes her unlovable? We can both answer it, but I'm curious about your perspective.
Yeah, if you believe that your emotions are too much, you're either going to just run with it and like almost make men actually be like, okay, this is too much, or you will just be extremely reserved and not get a connection with the man, and he will probably not commit that way. Like, these are beliefs that will become self-fulfilling prophecies in either extreme, and those extremes will not lead to any connection. And I think it's important to know that your emotions are valued by the man because that is the life that you bring him. It's the beauty of life that he is so desperately longing for. It's like if men are a blank canvas, he is waiting for the emotions of the woman to, paint the brushstrokes. And so while men are like, we are pretty reserved with our emotions, we don't express that too much, especially with other guys, we are looking for the woman who we can do that with. And so you don't want to, when you want to connect with a man who you believe to be like your dream husband or anything like that, a real potential, by stopping yourself from showing emotion or just showing emotion in a crazy like sporadic way, you are not only like taking that away from him, but also taking the connection that you can build with him from the very beginning.
So in both extremes,
yeah,
it's going to lead to almost the same consequence of a lack of connection.
Yeah, and then the moderate piece where you like slowly showing more and more emotion, that's where the beauty and the romance comes, because the man is craving that emotion from a woman, that spontaneity, that that life.
Yeah.
And of course the woman wants a place where she can express that openly and have it be received in ways that only men really can. So
yeah, and this kind of goes back to previous videos we've made on this topic, just the intellectualizing versus feeling the emotion, right? As women, we tend to, in this world, the Western world, we're very keen on just intellectualizing it, thinking about it. A lot of wisdom, knowledge kind of in that. Yes, it's important to know internally, mentally, where you stand, but there's value again in like the feeling body, the feeling the emotions. It's why when I thought about my niece as you were talking, like she is so full of life, right? Like she has so much silliness to her. She's just this like angsty almost teenager. Like she has like joy within her, right? And I remember when she was 7 or 8 years old, and that life force that she holds is so innate, it's so natural to her. And any man, grown man, right, old man, my dad, like him for example, like him seeing his granddaughter, it's like, oh, like, she's so cute, like she has so much to give, right? It's like melts your heart. And that is something as women we should not be afraid of, like that we all have a little girl within us, and it's worth it to connect with our little girl. It gives so much value in life, and he's right in that, like it gives value to men as well. They're not in this like boring, dull world where they're constantly being challenged by other men, or just like serious, all the time, or have to put up this face.
Yeah, and like even in the physical space, when you see a single man living alone, he's got his desk with his monitors and a floor mattress. Like that is all that happens. As soon as a woman enters his life, it's like he's buying furniture now. He's like getting plants. Whenever let's say they get married and then she moves in, all of a sudden the space turns into something that's a lot more home. It's a lot more aesthetic. It's not just functional. There's like form to it that's beautiful, and it has life in it. So that's like a good analogy to what happens internally for a man as well. He's just this empty space that's like a robot, like just execute mode, just competing, just like trying to get money or excel in a career, but there's no romance there.
Yeah, like the color, like you said. Exactly. There's color to that. How do you experience my depth and my emotions?
It's a big question. I think it relates back to like what I've mentioned before about as a man, I like this analogy of the woman that you choose is the climate that you choose. It's like whatever weather you give me, I should find ways to appreciate it. If you are full of energy, let's go do something active. Let's go on a hike. Let's go travel, or let's go whatever. If you are feeling, existential, then like that's a time for us to take a bath together, or just like mellow it out, have time for us to talk. If you want to cry, let's watch a sad movie. It's like without those initial emotions of like, I'm feeling this, so let's do this. Without the I'm feeling this, there is no let's do this. And so me as a man, I'm just like in my routine forever and ever and ever. And so
good point.
Yeah. So the way, and it's even like the small little things that matter to you that I wouldn't like, if I was alone, I would never really bat an eye. It's like if we're going to the grocery store and you want a new type of sauce because you saw a recipe on TikTok or something, or you wanted to make a new dish or whatever that is. It's important to you that you get the exact sauce and that you get the exact ingredients. But for me, I would not even think about making a new recipe. Or if I did, I would just slap whatever I had in the fridge because I had it in the fridge and I don't want to go and spend more money on the sauce or whatever. So it's like, I can't just do that. I can't just have rice and chicken breast and pickles like I just did. Like, we can't do that every day because you want the variety, because you feel different things every day, because you're in your different phases of your cycle. And so it's like forced upon me that my life will become more varied. And colorful and bright and beautiful and lovely. Exactly, just like you.
It's something that I remember, that the memory of you were like, oh, I just love seeing the fridge empty. I love seeing the cupboards empty. And I'm like, I need stuff. Like, I need stuff in there.
And that's because I like the validation of like, oh, everything that I bought has been consumed. So I haven't wasted money. I haven't bought things that I don't like. But for you, it's like the possibilities of having a full fridge and a full cabinet means that I can like do so many different things with it.
Or even like evolutionarily, I'm wondering if there's like a part of me, it's like, what are my kids gonna eat? I have no kids. I'm like, what are my kids gonna eat? What's my family gonna eat? Like I wonder if there's bits and pieces of that too. It's so funny. The other thing was, I jot down a point. It just says your story is divinely yours. It has been written by God, and that you need to honor your story and to know that your husband will find your story to be this incredible, beautiful thing, and not this burden of a thing, or this like, oh, she's like tainted, or she is XYZ thing. We wrote this point together, and when I wrote the word beautiful, you said like you almost dismissed it or invalidated it, or like didn't believe it. And I was like, no, I do truly believe that your story is beautiful. And I think a lot of women will have that shame, have that guilt of things that either happened to them or they did in their lives, and they try to hide it. And particularly in more religious communities, and it has a space. Obviously, don't go digging a bunch of stuff and bring it out for no reason. But your story is something that is sacred, that again Allah or God has put you through, and to just dismiss that as like full of regrets or shame or whatever is like doing a disservice to yourself and to your husband. How so?
Because that's where your stories converge. Like your story is now his story is now your story, and that's how you're like moving forward to create a shared story. How can I have faith in our story if I don't even know yours? You know, like where do you, I need to draw a narrative arc of my story and then your story, and then where does it go to? So
that's beautiful. Yeah, that kind of goes back to our first point, and like emotions can be so scary, stories can be so scary, all of those things are so, it can feel like so much, like when you are reflecting on it or thinking back to it, and it's like you're met with this person, like, do I share this, do I hold back, when do I share it, when do I hold back? It can be really confusing for women.
And if you try to rationalize it or think it through, you're gonna get confused, which is why the whole thinking, I mean the whole just feel it, let it be. When you feel safe to say it, say it. That's like, for me, what's divine about women is that you don't have to think about it. You just tune in with your body and then let it happen. Whereas us men, we have to reason, we have to think about certain things before we do them. So we don't have access to that intuition.
And that's a gift. Like I said, it's a gift. Like, accept that it's a gift, and internalize and embody that it's a gift, right? Like, little girls don't have to pretend about their emotions. They will just cry, they will just feel, they will tantrum, they will get angry, like they will just feel it all. Children, period, right, will feel it all until there's a conditioning, until there's a socializing of, you're a boy, boys don't do this, boys don't cry, boys don't experience this, or shouldn't express it. They experience it, but they shouldn't express it. And then for women, it's just like, well, you know, you can express it, but just not too much, not anger, not disapproval, not these emotions. So it is something that we have to work through internally before we honestly like even start dating, like going to that point of dating and vetting for marriage. Like, again, if we enter that space of dating, vetting, courting when we're not emotionally intelligent ourselves, everything will be like essentially like ruined, right? You're gonna expect that man to just take care of everything for you, take care of all your emotions, handle all your emotions, handle you. Like, it's not right to, again, your inner child, your inner girl that's telling you, take care of me, I need you.
For sure.
Any other questions that you have for me?
No, I was gonna make a point about the inner child stuff, but it's gone now, so
it'll be for our next video. Thanks so much for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to check out our previous playlists and our videos. And also, we do have a lovely guide that you should definitely check out. It will be linked below. We'll see you next time. Bye.